Good morning, good morning. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, real E-Leezy. What's good with it? How's everybody doing? It's Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? The Monday fun day is gone. It's time to get to business today, man. You know what I'm saying? As the week starts to increase, responsibilities and duties start to get a little bit heavier, you know. But we're gonna keep pushing forward, through the grace of God. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody has a blessed, productive, safe day. I hope everybody's Monday got off to a good start. On post, Mother's Day. Hope everybody kind of, gathered themselves and, regrouped, and now we finna attack the week, man. You know what I mean? And that's exactly how we supposed to approach this thing. You feel me? So keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever's in your rear view, make sure that you spot it, but make sure you create that separation. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna keep pushing forward. You feel me? So make sure you know what I'm saying, like, share, and subscribe at your own, risk. Um, and we're gonna keep it a buck. You feel me? You know what I'm talking about? That's what we do up over here, man. We keep it a buck, man. You feel me? So it is what it is. Salute to all my people out there, though. I know that. Salute to all my people. Last night wrapped up, you know what I'm saying, some important game fours, in my opinion, as the Celtics get another win in Cleveland. This series should have been over, but game two, the Celtics came out and laid an egg. They kind of played a little bit lackluster throughout the whole game of this game because, surprisingly enough, Donovan Mitchell decided to low manage. And Donovan Mitchell has this type of mentality at times, like where he feels like, you know what, it's nothing really we can do. I'm kind of banged up. I'm going to take the night off. This is an important playoff game, and Donovan Mitchell decides to say, you know what, I don't want to play. If you can jump up and down on the sideline, and I know it's a difference, but if you can jump up and down on the sideline and you have a strained calf, you should be able to go out there and give it, you know what I'm saying, 100, at least 80 to 95%. You feel me? For your team, bro, it's a playoff game. I can see if it was the regular season, towards the end of the season, you wanted to get rested, get healthy. At this juncture in the season, nobody is healthy. If you play a professional sport, if you play any sport, no matter if it's AAU, whatever it is, you're gonna be injured. Like, your body is always gonna be, you're gonna take nicks and bruises and stuff like that. Good kid, what's happening with you? You're gonna take those type of bumps and bruises, so you're never ever fully gonna be healthy for an entire career or an entire season. Some stuff you gotta play through. And I'm trying to figure out, where did the calf strain come from? Excuse me. Somebody tell me, where did the calf strain come from, you guys? That's all I want to know. Because these injuries to me be killing me. If Jalen Brunson can go out there and play, you know what I'm saying, with an injured foot, when he does a lot of cutting, stopping, planting, and tries to play defense to the best of his abilities, what's the excuse for Donovan Mitchell? See, we got to hold these guys accountable. And we're not saying that Donovan Mitchell is not a great offensive talent. He is. But sometimes this guy lacks the heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't even think that he was good enough. Chris Paul, coming into the draft, coming out of Syracuse, Donovan Mitchell wasn't the best player on his team in college. So coming out of Syracuse, he just had talent and skill. But we didn't realize that until the combine. And Chris Paul had to tell them, I think you should stay in this draft. So he really didn't even believe that he can play, that he can fit, that he can be impactful, that he can, shine. He didn't think it. Chris Paul and other players around the league, Carmelo Anthony, had to get his dude confidence. When you're a college athlete, bro, and you're a D1 player, and you know that it's things that you can bring to the game, the only thing that's going to separate you from being, a really, really, really good player and a great player is your confidence. And that's one thing that you have to exude no matter what. You should always have confidence in your skills and your ability. You know what I'm saying? And if you show the coaches in an organization that no matter what role that they draft you or want to put you in, depending on how their roster is constructed, you'll find you a spot on that team in playing a significant role. You have to have supreme confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody in the NBA is skilled. You know what I'm saying? Or they wouldn't be in the NBA. And then some guys are just good guys and nice guys, and you know what I'm saying, that they are culture. You know what I'm saying? They're good for the culture. You see what I'm saying? So then you have those guys who like, yeah, can they shoot? Maybe can they pass? Can they defend a little bit? But I like his character. You know what I'm saying? They're good for the culture. And then those guys get drafted when you feel like, man, there's a lot of other players out there that got way more talent than this guy that's averaging 30 and 40, but they in the G League right now. Why they can't get on the court? Because it's a culture thing. A lot of these teams, they don't want that bad boy image, sort of kind of like how teams in the past had, players that was more, let's just say, street, more rough around the edges, not going to take any bullshit, as opposed to these nice guys who's friendly, that's going to smile, shake your hand, and okay, I'm going to let you score, but I'm going to play my best, but I don't want to get too high on the highs, get too low on the lows. I don't want to, I don't want to ruffle anybody's feathers. I don't want to hold anybody accountable. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of players make it to a lot of these teams. You know what I'm saying? But Donovan Mitchell, this is not the time. You just came off 2 great games. And you played well for the most part, throughout these playoffs, with a couple of bad games in, Orlando or whatever. But, you struggle to, battle through some things throughout your career. And that's why it didn't work in Utah. You kind of gave up on that city and that franchise. Then you get traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and it looks like you're going to give up on that city as well. So it's just like, I just expect these guys to have a little bit more character, a little bit more grit, a little bit more toughness. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like a lot of players fake injuries because maybe they don't feel like having to grind or don't feel like coming to work. You know how when somebody say, when you call in sick to work, I'm not feeling good, I'm going to take a day. That's what these players do. They call in sick to work, like abruptly. Like, nobody knew that he had a calf strain. When did you strain your calf? You should have been going home and getting rest, getting ice. You know what I'm saying? Icing your body down, ice bath right after the game. You know what I'm saying? The hyperbolic chambers after the game to get your joints and your muscles rejuvenated so you can go out there and prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically to go play another basketball game. You see what I'm saying? That's how it works. But we don't get that from a lot of these players. And I'm disappointed that that's the type of era that we live in today's day and age, where everybody is kind of like softer now. You know what I'm saying? And just because you go out there and commit crimes, you know what I'm saying, and all this other stuff, and you represent certain cliques and all that doesn't make you tough. I'm not talking about that. It's a mental state. You know what I'm saying? Killing your own people and, causing harm to your own communities and local businesses around you, that doesn't make you gangster or tough. That's not the type of toughness I'm talking about. And that's not tough anyway. That's just pure stupidity. And that's trauma. Because hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So we got an obligation, man, to build each other up and be a little bit more tough-minded, bro. A little bit more tough-minded. That's just pregame. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using NBA, but that's an analogy. I'm going to use NBA, you know what I'm saying, to drive that point home. And, you know, that's just what it is. Like, you got to look at the reality of the thing. It's sad, it hurts, but, hey, people need to hear it. People need to hear it. As far as the Celtics go, the Celtics are the best team in the NBA. They can win playing a fast-paced game, and they can win slowing the pace down. Do I feel like sometimes they get 2-3 happy? Of course, but they're so talented and together, they've been through these situations. Jason Tatum, since he came into the NBA as a rookie, has been in the conference finals or at least the second round every year. Have you ever seen that? Or a player comes in his rookie season, they go to the conference finals or the second round of the playoffs every year. I don't think I've seen that unless you're talking about in the 60s and 70s when there wasn't that many teams in the NBA, so down there every team went to the damn playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. The Boston Celtics are built to win. They lost 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Last year they laid an egg against the Heat for whatever reason. Don't know why. Maybe they just wasn't chosen to win last year. But they came back this year with a vengeance. Joe Mazzulla has done an excellent job. Him and his assistant coaches has done an excellent job leading that team. At times, I feel like Joe Mazzulla be out here tripping, and he doesn't know what he's doing. But he's learning on the fly. This is his first time being a head coach. You know what I'm saying? And he's gained experience. He's a former player, tough-minded player, played under Bob Huggins at West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? Tough-minded player. Okay? So, I like that about him. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. So, the Celtics go up 3-1, going back home with a chance to close it out, you know what I'm saying, tomorrow. And we'll see what happens, you know what I'm saying? But I know that these NBA playoffs, they have to kind of get this thing rolling. You know what I'm saying? They don't have time to be going to the extended series. Some teams are going to start wrapping these series up, you know, so we can get into the conference finals and then eventually the NBA finals in June, which is right around the corner because time is flying. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, shifting gears, let's go over to the Western Conference. You got the number 1 seed taking on the number 5 seed. And OKC Thunder and the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the Thunder won the first game of the series to take a 1-0 lead. Soon after that, then here comes Dallas Mavericks. They win the next 2 games, one in OKC, one in Dallas. So now what needs to happen, Thunder was in, their backs were against the wall last night. They played out of desperation. But the one thing I can say about the Thunder, they have the reigning coach of the year, Mark Daigneault, and the MVP snub in Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, which a lot of people thought should have won an NBA regular season MVP. Regular season really doesn't mean anything. It's all about who's hosting that trophy at the end of the season and who wins finals MVP, in my opinion. A regular season MVP is just to build, you know what I'm saying, your resume, your legacy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of your career, they're going to look back and say, oh, how many regular season MVPs did he have? And that's the one thing that, you know, is a blemish on Kobe's resume is he didn't have a lot of regular season MVPs. So when you want to start ranking these guys as the best players and the greatest this and the greatest that, you take a look back at all the accolades that they accumulate, which I think all the awards are biased awards anyway, because Rudy Gobert just won his 4th Defensive Player of the Year award. And the dude is trash cans. Ain't never been to a conference finals. It doesn't make any sense to me how this guy can get exposed on defense and still win NBA Defensive Player of the Year. Come on, man. Just because you're tall and long and can get total rebounds and block shots and can fill the stat sheet up, don't mean that you're a great defender. You got to look at the other players around you that make you be able to accumulate these type of numbers. It's the other players. It's not him. It's the other guys. Makes his job easier, right? When you're big and you can't switch on to certain players because you have slow feet and you don't challenge shots that well. You know what I'm saying? If you're 7, anything coming near the rim, let me get that. That should be a deflection, a block shot, something. And Rudy Gobert doesn't give those vibes off to me from an eye test standpoint. Maybe from an analytical, you know what I'm saying, standpoint for, the league stat officials and all that. But for somebody like me that understands defense and pays attention to, how you're supposed to play defense, then it just doesn't cut it for me, So that's just what it is. But last night, Game 4 was huge. And the Mavericks pretty much controlled most of the game last night. The Mavericks controlled most of the game last night, you guys. Let's just keep it 100. He did. The Mavericks were in control of the game despite them shooting a poor percentage from the field. Despite Luka Doncic having a game that he had 6 for 20 or something ridiculous. Despite all of that, Dallas still were in control of the game because of excellent play from P.J. Washington, Derrick Jones Jr., you know what I'm saying? Derek Lively, other players contributed to helping Dallas put themselves in a position, you know what I'm saying, to take a 3-1 lead going back to Oklahoma City. Excuse me. But if you're Kyrie Irving, the heartbreak kid, Kyrie Irving turned into Gary Payton II, or a lack thereof. Kyrie Irving said, you know what, team? Do your thing. When it's wintertime, one of the greatest scorers and skill players that ever graced the game only took 11 shots and deferred to his teammates. When you're in a position like that, knowing that your team can't get it going offensively, and you're one of those players that can hit that switch and score 15 straight in about a couple minutes, you need to take over the game. This is not a time where Kyrie needs to turn into one of these all-world defensive player and anchors of the team and let me be a leader to show everybody that I can lead and that I can be the alpha. No! We need Kyrie Irving to show up and show out like Kyrie Irving does. I don't need Kyrie Irving passing it and deferring to players like Derek Lively, Josh Green, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, Dante Exum, Tim Hardaway Jr., even Luka. Luka didn't have it going last night. So when your best player doesn't have it going, your next to best player has to say, you know what, I'm going to pick you up, brother, and I'm going to lead us to victory. That's the whole purpose of having two great players on one team. How many times we've seen in the NBA when one player doesn't have it going, the other player says, you know what, I got you, don't worry. Both of us can't have a bad game. And they both, I wouldn't even say Kyrie Irving had a bad game. 9 points is not to his standards. 9 assists is also not to his standards because Kyrie Irving is a scoring guard and not a real point guard. You know what I'm saying? So the 9 assists was impressive, but it's a playoff game. The 5 fouls tells me that he was, picking up some cheap fouls, but that lets me know that they were seeking him out on defense. OKC was going at Kyrie Irving, making him defend. So is that a reason why he didn't take more shots in the game? Was he so tired trying to play defense that he just didn't have enough to give you on the offensive end? And that's why I say you got to pick your poison. Because guess what? If you're going to be a lockdown defender, a 3-and-D guy, or whatever you call yourself, then be that. Because we know throughout Kyrie Irving's career, Kyrie Irving isn't really a great defender at his position. You know what I'm saying? It's only a handful of guys that are great defenders and give maximum effort at that height, at that position. Kyrie Irving hasn't been one of them throughout his career. Kyrie Irving is a scoring guard, just like you see a lot of these guards. Yes, he will give effort defensively. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he will. Because he's inspired by the late great, Kobe Bryant. Mamba. The Bean. So everybody feels like, man, I got to give a little bit more effort on this side of the floor. But you cannot come out and not shoot the ball, Kyrie. I need you to take more than 11 shots. Derek Lively Jr. and Tim Hardaway Jr. took more shots combined than Kyrie Irving. PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr. took more shots than Kyrie Irving. Salute, Aaron, I see you. Let's just say that Kyrie Irving shoots. He was 4 for 11. That means he missed 7 shots. Right? Not really a great percentage. Around 40%. Sub 40. But let's just say Kyrie Irving goes 6. Let's just say Kyrie Irving goes 6 for 15. One of them being a 3. Another one being a 2. You only lost by 4 points. So if you take that into consideration and depending on when he makes those shots, let's just say OKC doesn't score on certain possessions. Think about this. If Kyrie Irving goes 6 for 15, they probably win the game. But by him not shooting the ball enough, and he came out and said exactly what I thought he was going to say, he took accountability and said that I have to help those guys. He didn't say that I need to shoot more. He gave his teammates credit. He said that we had an off night. He said that he got in foul trouble. But he did also acknowledge and take accountability and say that I have to be better. I have to help those guys. So he's understanding from a standpoint of being a great player that I cannot have games like this. And the reporters really didn't ask him, why did you only take 11 shots tonight? Those are the questions that you need to ask, because it's very uncharacteristic, you know what I'm saying, of Kyrie Irving to take 11 shots. Kyrie Irving has been carrying the Mavericks in every game of this playoffs. We've seen Kyrie Irving literally take over games to where you be like, how, Sway? How does he make these difficult shots? How at that size? And everybody raised if he was 6'6", if he was 6'4", if he was this, if he was that, he'll be the greatest player ever. So if you can do all of that throughout all of these other games in the playoffs, what changed to where you feel like I can't get my shots off tonight? Unless OKC just had a marvelous game plan to limit your shots, which I don't think that that's going to ride in Game 5, but we'll see. It just doesn't make any sense. Come on, homie. Come on, Kyrie. When we need you to be Kyrie Irving, nigga, you turn into a motherfucking role player. I need Kyrie to be Kyrie Irving. He's that good to where he can just literally single-handedly win games. We've seen it happen. A la hint, 2016. Nobody can stop me. LeBron, do you want to win a championship? I got you. So what are we talking about? What's changed? What's changed? Now you're going back to a hostile environment where you were heckled, and we know that Kyrie Irving doesn't like being heckled by fans. He doesn't show and respond to that type of adversity. So when he's heckled by these fans, it's just bad, bro. He's so caught up in the speaking and talking to these guys on the sideline because they're chanting certain things and they're yelling certain things at him that might be borderline disrespectful and racist and all of these different things. You have to stay locked in. You have to stay locked in. Man, Cole, what's good with it? But 11 shots is just not going to cut it for me. And Luka, come on, man. Stop it. Y'all got to stop praising these great offensive players and think that they can carry the lead just because they can score 60 and 70 points in today's watered-down ass NBA. Think about it. It's watered down. And hit those thumbs up when you come in the building. The game is watered down, y'all. Can we keep that 100? I just want to know, y'all. Can we keep it a buck? Can we sit there and honestly say that the game is not watered down? The game is watered down for sure, for sure. It's not a good look. That doesn't really tell me anything. Yeah, you're a great offensive talent. Shit. Anybody can go score 100 points, bro. In today's NBA, with all the damn foul calls and free throws and flopping and transition buckets and no contests at the rim. Ain't nobody playing no real defense out there. Nobody. You got a couple teams, couple players here and there that's going to give you maximum effort on that side of the floor. But other than that, ain't nobody really out there really just getting after it, getting up and down that court, picking up full court. Back in the day, every team had a player that'd pick you up full court, make it tough on you. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if you really know how to play basketball or not. What happens when you're going to play against pressure? Then what you going to do? Let's just keep that a buck. But Luka Doncic, the dribble step back, we've seen that already. And come again. We've seen it already. James Harden, y'all forgot? Luka Doncic ain't playing no defense. You think Luka gonna play D at this point in his career? Nah. And then he walked around faking injuries, grimacing after every play. Oh, it's something wrong with me. Something wrong. No. Stop. Nigga, get your ass. If KYRIE can play defense, who ain't really a great defender, then what's stopping Luka from doing the same? See, Luka gives so much effort on defense sometimes that it takes away from his offensive ability. He needs all the energy and all the stamina to be great offensively. So he's not going to be able to give you a lot of defense. And European players, it's hard for them to defend over here in the States. When they back home, you can guard them other motherfuckers because they your speed. They slow as hell. European players are very skilled, but they lack the athleticism. You know what I'm saying? And quickness and agility. But they're skilled and fundamentally sound, yes. But them niggas can't last as far as the physicality over here in the States. It's just it's different over here, bro. That's all. And I'll be trying to tell these motherfuckers all the time. I'll be trying to tell y'all, bro, Luka not that dude. He's a front runner. When everything going good, I'm flexing. He doing all of that flexing. When things going bad, he tuck his tail and complain to the refs. Every time he's complaining to the refs, every single time. And you mean to tell me that's the signs of a great player, somebody who's always going to look at the referees instead of going and standing on business and going out there and say, fuck you, referee. Nigga, hey, it don't even matter. Don't give me the call. I'm going to go through the contact. And one. Let's go. I'm going to play some defense. I'm going to uplift my teammates. Yes, that's true. They did steal that out of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan's, you know what I'm saying, arsenal of moves. The fadeaway jump shot. That's effective. You don't understand with your length and size, when you fade away, it's hard for shot blockers to block those shots unless somebody is coming from behind you or already like on the side of you and is very long in their own right. It's hard to time those fadeaway jump shots. You know what I'm saying? That's why they call it a fadeaway. You're fading away. And like normally when you're jumping to block a shot, the player is coming at you. And you're going towards the player. But to try to jump backwards to block a shot is very tough. That's incorporate that type of shot in their game. Work on that. That's basic fundamentals. Dribble, get to a spot, fade away. Left shoulder, right shoulder turn, you know what I'm saying? Fade away. Back in the day, a lot of other players had them type of shots. They had those shots. A lot of players. You know what I'm saying? So, that's just what it is. Jamal Mashburn, Jerry Stackhouse, just to name a few. Paul Pierce, shit, Larry Johnson had it, Grandmama. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Ewing could do it. Keem Olajuwon, if you want to go to some of your bigs. That's just what it is. Yeah, a lot of them players be juiced up too because that's the only way that they can survive in America's game. They have to be juiced up. Even if they're slow as hell, It's not going to make you faster, but it's going to give you a little bit more endurance to sustain and play in a physical type of game, even though the NBA lacks a lot of physicality. But at times you'll see all the bumping and banging and players trying to be physical, and then the pace of the game is very up and down and spread out. So you have to be juiced up in order to play in the game. It's just like baseball, bro. In order to sustain a high level of success and accumulate a lot of these stats and to play in a faster paced game, you have to be juiced up. It ain't no difference, but they just don't test for all that shit. I guarantee you, if the NBA and the league tested for banned substances, a lot of players will fit that bill, past, future, and present. Period. Let's just call it what it is. Those over-the-counter substances that these players take in order to recuperate their bodies, you know what I'm saying, on a night-in, night-out basis, that's a performance-enhancing supplement. Let's just call it what it is. Nobody wants to be honest about it, but a lot of players take it. Your favorite players or not. I'm pretty sure that Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant probably did that. Bruh, these dudes, you're human, bro. You need something to give you some sort of energy, and a Red Bull ain't gonna do it. A Monster drink ain't gonna do it. These little energy drinks that they got right now with all them chemicals and all that, you know what I'm saying, shit that you can't pronounce in it, that shit ain't gonna give you a lot of energy, bro. Let's think about it. You need something that's really gonna settle into your muscle, to your veins, and, you know what I'm saying, your bloodstream, and get you and really give you a boost. That's why they say caffeine. You know, a lot of people drink coffee to get them a boost, the energy, right? When they're feeling lethargic. It's the same with, you know what I'm saying, things for your muscles and your body and your, you know what I'm saying, your ligaments. It's the same ordeal. Things that give you energy, things that get your body rejuvenated. They have all those type of things, bro. He started foul hunting. Luka Doncic complains to the ref too damn much. Those European players be like, man, y'all brought us over here, nigga, why you ain't protecting us? Call foul. It's like they're in World War III. So it's just like they feel like America needs to protect them. And in this case, the refs need to do a better job of protecting these European players. Bro, stop. Y'all motherfuckers be hacking, for one. Don't play no defense. Don't get back in defense. Jogging up and down the court. Want the ball on every possession so you can get into your offensive package. And then complain when a motherfucker touch you up a little bit. Just a little bit. Not a lot, girl. Just a little bit. I'm gonna get to the crib just a little bit. I want to play a little defense a little bit. Be physical, touch you up just a little bit. So let's just, can we keep it 100? Can we call a spade a spade? There's too many crybabies in the league. And there's a lot of crybabies over here in the States. Niggas always looking for a call. Shut up, nigga, and just play basketball, bro. You can't get every call, nigga. Not every call. Especially when you're not a great defender. Sometimes, nigga, shit gonna go against you. All the shit that they already give you, they like, man, it'll balance out. All the fouls that you don't get called for, and then the fouls that they actually give you, it balances itself out. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. So the Mavericks need to stop fucking crying, bro, and keep playing basketball. And then they act like they super tough. Derrick Jones Jr., nigga, you in the NBA because of a dunk contest. Like, what are we talking about? PJ Washington, nigga, you got played by a stripper. Like, how you tough, bro? Where you tough at, my nigga? Come on, bro. What are we doing? What are we talking talking about? Just be you. Just be you. You don't need to try to, you know what I'm saying, trick everybody into thinking that you some motherfucking rough around the edges. Nah, you're a nice dude. Stop. You got good grades. You know what I'm saying? John Calipari recruited you, and you happen to be a good basketball player. But let's stop acting like these motherfuckers is with the bullshit, though. That's the shit that be killing me. You're not with the bullshit, bro. Stop. Focus on playing basketball. You don't want none of them type of problems with none of the other players in the league. Don't try to pose as somebody you're not. You know what I'm saying? A lot of players try to do that in the NBA. Oh, nigga, what's up? Shut up. Nigga, you probably got in a couple fights back in the day. So what? Nobody cares about that. Play the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas always want to try to act like they bad. Stop battling, nigga, and play. Cry babies. But 9 shots, KYRIE, that ain't gonna cut it. I guarantee. Guarantee. Woo! Charles Barkley. I guarantee Kyrie Irving take 9 shots in the first half, let alone the whole damn game. Kyrie is coming out guns blazing in game 5. I promise you that. This ain't no game where you just all of a sudden become passive, nigga. The Golden State Valley cries. Golden State Valkyries. Colors are black and purple. Nice. Okay. We're going to see what they're about then, hey, Aaron? That's good to know. Thanks, bro. You probably shared that to me on IG, huh? I'm pretty sure you sent me that on IG. I haven't checked my IG yet, though, but you be coming up with the latest late breaking. If I don't see it, you know what I'm saying, first or whatever, you'll send that to me because you know what I'm saying, you be on all the headlines, so that's good to know. Yep, we gonna support our WNBA team out here, man, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So salute to the Golden State WNBA team. Team. Even though I'm a Sparks fan too, though. LA, you know, I've always been a LA Lakers, LA Sparks fan forever. So, and a Warrior, because that's my hometown team. I always, you know what I'm saying, fuck with them, but fuck the Lakers. LeBron and AD fucked my franchise up, so I don't support that. And stay away from Golden State. Stay away from the Bay. We don't want you out here, LeBron. Finish your career somewhere else. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't come over here alienating motherfuckers around you and fucking up our franchise. Like, you know what I'm saying? Any more than what it's already fucked up to be. You know what I'm saying? Because it's obvious that our front office and everything is shifting. So, stay your whole ass up over there. No pun intended, though. But stay your whole ass up over there. So hopefully we'll see, you know what I'm saying, a different Kyrie Irving. And let me shout out the TNT group, man. Chuck, Kenny, Ernie, Shaq. You know, I don't want to hear none of that. He always try to remind Chuck that he got 4 rings. Shaq don't be making no sense up there. He be looking and stealing talking points from everybody else up on the damn panel. I'm like, Shaq, do you even know what you're talking about, bro? Do you even know the game, to be honest, bro? Shaq don't even really know the game. He was just big and athletic. That was it. Shaq didn't really know the game. Shaq don't know what he's talking about. With Shaq, it's always about scoring a lot of points. Oh, you gotta go get 20 and 15. Shut up, nigga. Well, what are you talking about, bro? You know what I'm saying? It don't even make no sense. But TNT loses its NBA, you know what I'm saying, viewership contract. And that's going to be the end of NBA on TNT. You know what I'm saying? So, salute to those guys. They had an excellent run. You know, I wish them well and whatever they got, you know what I'm saying, coming for the future. Probably, I think Chuck is probably going to go into politics maybe. Because, you know, Chuck loves talking about politics. He's always been like that. Talking about issues around, you know what I'm saying, that plagues our country, you know what I'm saying, abroad. You know, he did a thing with Gail King, and you know what I'm saying. So I think Chuck was already transitioning. You feel what I'm saying? Unless they're gonna go to another network, but we don't know. Shaq is probably locked in because you know he's a Freemason, and you know he's always gonna have a job. But as far as Kenny the Jet Smith, you know what I'm saying, and Ernie, you know Ernie is always gonna have a job. You feel me? As far as like covering baseball on TNT and different things. Like Ernie Johnson has kind of like, you know what I'm saying, been a staple around NBA on TNT. So, but we'll see. Kenny the Jet Smith, I don't know what the hell. He's probably gonna go get his knees fixed, bro. Kenny the Jet Smith nigga need them Charles. That nigga need them Forrest Gump braces. You know what I'm saying? Kenny the Jet Smith need them Forrest Gump braces though. You already know. Jenny. Jenny. Ah, that nigga need them Forrest Gump braces, bro. Stop playing, bro. Come on, Kenny. Kenny, it ain't no way that you can be fitted in a whole shit and then your pants is nigga wrinkled the hell of shit right there in the area where, you know what I'm saying, where your knees touching, bro. I'm like, bro, just get the surgery, nigga. You got all that damn money. They can fix that. You remember the nigga that they made taller, right? Remember the nigga who cut his motherfucking legs? Made him taller. The nigga didn't turn from motherfucking 5 something to like motherfucking 6 feet. I was like, God damn, bro. A nigga, you got money, nigga, you can get anything fixed. So, I mean, what you waiting on, Kenny? Nobody want to see your ass running up to the board looking like motherfucking balled up homework in your pants, nigga. Like, come on, bro, what are we doing? Ah! But, you know, salute to everybody, man. And, you know, hey, OKC. Going back to OKC, man, they still back home court. You know what I'm saying? Shea, Jalen Williams, and all those guys, and Chet. They young, but they feisty. They trying to get after it. They don't get too high on the highs and too low on the lows, bro. And they love each other. They're a team. They support each other. It's not about one person on that team. Even though Shea is probably their best player, it's not about that, though. They just love playing for one another. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of ball club that you need to be very, very worried about. So, salute to those guys, though. And salute to all my people out there. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? That's very important. At least like the video. You know what I'm saying? You know YouTube trying to keep a brother down, but I want everybody to have, you know what I'm saying, a blessed day. Love, live life, and smile, cry, and laugh. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get back with y'all a little later on, man. Salute. 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 The real E-Leezy, man, gone. Appreciate you.